So, Nine, welcome to this discussion about music and Wormwood.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, could you tell a brief history about the band for those who don't really know your music?
Yeah, sure. I think the inception of the band was either 2013. I joined in 2014. They have our the only member from the beginning is the guitarist Tobias,
Yeah,
and I joined pretty quickly because they tried some different vocalists, but they didn't really find they didn't know what they were looking for. So when I got contacted, I brought a raw kind of feeling that maybe they were anticipating, which they liked.
yeah,
And from the beginning, we had Tobias on the guitar, we had Daniel on drums, and then we had Borka on bass,
yeah,
and then we had Gustav on guitar. But yeah, most of them are gone now because bands evolve and life happens.
yeah,
But yeah, so we started trying different things in the beginning because they were pretty early with like doing rock and roll and folk and try to merge them. And when
yeah,
I come in with a more maybe black metal voice, it became more black and roll with a bit of folk.
yeah.
And after we released our first EP, The Void, in 2000, I don't know, 15, 16, I don't know. We're like, yeah, I mean, this is good, but there's so much more that we can do. And from that, every album has been different. But yeah, that's the short story of how I joined. And of course, that's just a couple of months after I joined, the guitarist Jerry
Yeah.
joined,
Okay.
and then along the way, Oscar and Tato came.
Okay, cool. That's actually quite interesting and quite common for bands to evolve like that because it starts from somewhere and ends up somewhere else because of the combined like twists
Yeah,
and feelings in
exactly.
the band.
And I was pretty early, or when I joined, I said like I don't want to be in the back seat. I want to be, I want to write lyrics. I want to come up with ideas because I don't play any instruments, so I
Yeah,
want to I want to contribute as much as I can. So
yeah,
I said from the beginning that I want to do this, and this, and I came up with a name. Before Wormwood, we were actually called Varja Winter.
ah, okay,
Little known fact, but that name never became official
yeah,
because I told them that I didn't really like that name.
okay.
Um,
How did the
so
wormwood how did you come up with the wormwood?
yeah, so when I came up with Wormwood, I had a couple of other names in like, oh, what about these five names? Which do you like the most? And then I explained all of them. And
Yeah,
Wormwood, of course, is the biblical apocalyptic star,
yeah,
but it's also an ingredient in absinthe.
yeah.
And if my memory serves me right, Chernobyl in the dialect means wormwood, which is
Ah,
pretty fitting. But yeah, so it was just Wormwood is a pretty simple name, and it's also important to have a name that not many bands have. But if you go to Metal Archives, you still see like 6 bands with Wormwood, but only one was active.
okay.
So it felt pretty, fair to take it.
Yeah, exactly. And you never know these days because there's so many bands. You just can't come up with a name that nobody else has ever thought of.
Especially when it's like a one-word name, which is just a word. If it's not a made-up one, then probably there is a band with that name.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you have upcoming music. What's the situation there?
Well, I can't really talk so much about it. Like we can say like this, that all lyrics are done. All the songs are more or less done.
Yeah.
We will the concept, of course, the name of the album and everything is done.
Yeah.
But we will start with the drums in April or March. I don't remember.
Okay.
But as soon as the drums are done, it will go pretty quickly with the guitars, and because we will record the vocals and guitars not in a studio.
Yeah. Okay. Same
So
as Kuoleman Galleria.
yeah. But it's also because we're not really in the need of a producer in that sense. We don't need to sit and have ideas with the person who will mix it.
Yeah.
We already have our ideas, and it's also you save a lot of euros of not renting a studio just to record the guitar when you can do it at home, and when you can do the vocals with with only the people that you want to be close. So yeah, and I think we know where we will record our album. Can't say it yet though, but it's going on the right direction.
Okay.
And we're hoping for a release this year.
Yeah, perfect. I'm expecting it because I listen to your music, and although I have to say that I'm not a big fan of this kind of like black metal or that, but I have respect for this like professionality in music. If the players are good and there's like melodies and things that I can relate to. I
mean, we don't really consider ourselves black metal. Sure, we have black metal tendencies. Maybe the vocals are black metal, and some guitar parts might be black metal, but the whole feeling, I don't think is that black metal. Sure, there are songs that are more. I think we're more, especially with the Arkivet, it feels more cinematic almost.
Yeah, and that's probably something that really like stuck into me. Like I felt that this is something that it's really worth listening to. So thank you for that. it's been...
Well, you're welcome. But I mean, if someone wants to call us black metal, that's completely fine. It's we're not following one genre. We're just doing the music that is being created for us, and or the music that we create, whatever that is up for the audience or the listeners to define, really.
Yeah, people want to put things in boxes, but let them do that.
It's easier to search. I mean, if there was a band with no genre, it's difficult to find that band also.
Yeah,
you need to have a genre to be able to exist.
Yeah, exactly. You've been touring actively in Scandinavia. Are you going at some point?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if actively is the correct word. I don't think we ever done a tour in Scandinavia. I mean, we're having several gigs, yes, but not like a continuous thing.
Yeah.
This one in Finland will be the first like tour like thing we do since 2000. I don't know, 17.
Yeah, but there was COVID in between, so
exactly. I think our last one was, maybe it was a Finnish one when we did with Para.
Yeah,
there was also 3 gigs or something, I believe.
Yeah, I seem to remember seeing something like that. But that's, how do you like Finnish crowds? Because you've been here before.
Yeah, exactly. So the first time we played in Finland was in Turku. We played with Batushka in 2019, I believe. And then we did that mini tour with Para. And then last year we played with Fintroll.
Yeah.
And compared to Swedish crowd, I think all crowds are usually better than Sweden. Everyone is in a band. Everyone has done a better song than you're playing. so they're used to doing this, judging. And there are equally as many bands in Finland also, but they still seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot since I'm also a sound engineer and doing live gigs engineering. So I've seen that in most of the bands, even though the audience doesn't know the band, they still got excited about it. If the just songs are good and the
music is just fun.
Mayhem enough.
Exactly. No, I mean that's why I like maybe playing in let's say Romania and Bulgaria and stuff like that, because they are just happy that there is a band not from their local town, So sure, it's a bonus if they know who you are, but they're just happy to see something, especially from the Nordics.
Yeah, I actually have the same experience about Central Europe. That the crowds are totally different than also in Finnish, because Finland mayhem is hard to get, like real mayhem. But when you go outside Finland, you go to Baltics and beyond there, it seems that the people are there to more like enjoy the crowd feeling.
And here in the Nordics, well, it's especially Norway, Sweden, and Finland, we're a bit fucked because of our geography. When people are doing tours, going up to Stockholm in a tour bus just to play in Stockholm is not worthwhile. Yeah. And then going to, sure, you can go to maybe like Göteborg, Stockholm, Oslo, but then you need to go back down into Europe and go to Finland. Maybe the bus can't be on the boat. It's like we are too high up to really be part of the ordinary touring in Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have to be happy with whatever we get there.
Yeah. Your biggest social media channel is, like, it seems like Facebook with more than 10,000 followers. You also have other channels open, but do you like consider this social media marketing a good thing or a burden or something in between?
It is a necessity. I mean, let's say the biggest band in the world, they could delete themselves from all social medias and they will still fill out arenas.
Yeah.
But for bands, like Wormwood, we're not that big, so we need to use whatever the world is using at the moment. Maybe it will be different in 5-10 years. Then we will use that. So it's I wouldn't say it's a burden, because it's not really, doesn't take that much time to make a post or to answer stuff. It's fine. It's sometimes it's fun, sometimes you're a bit apathetic about it, but it doesn't consume us. And it's also the quickest way to get feedback.
Yeah, that's the one good reason, because you're connected globally. And if you just find the people who are interested in you, you can have a dialogue. It doesn't have to be like one way.
Yeah, and instead of back in the days when people had bands had newsletter, like mailing lists and stuff, those are not 100% responsive. Here, if we want to try something, we can make a post, we'll see the engagement, and we know that people, has high engagement, this is what people like, so we can continue doing it. Not only because we get more clicks, but it's also, for every post there's always a new person who will see it, the bigger reaches us.
Exactly. That's maybe the best point that I've heard in a long time about what's good about social media. That's good.
I mean, good. I mean, I'm not sure what the perfect scenario would be. I'm not saying that, in 95, that was the perfect thing where, you didn't even know if Norway had released a new album because you didn't have it in your local CD shop. That wasn't optimal either. it's all about adapting to how big you are contra to the climate of the age you're living in.
Exactly. Exactly. Your lyrics, they deal with, for example, the fall of mankind. Is this a recent thing due to the global situation, or have you like pondered about this for a long time?
No, I mean, we like for Arkivet, all of the lyrics were done before Corona started. And it was just people have just, it's become a bit of an echo chamber. Oh, we had some global warming stuff in a song called Gentle Touch of Humanity. Oh, these are some Greenpeace PETA zealots. No, they missed the point, which is kind of the point of the song, people missing the point. So it works for our favor. But I was in a band. My first like real band was in 2006, 2007, black metal band in Sweden called Withershin.
Yeah.
And I wrote lyrics back then also, but it's always been about the frailty and it's just been about the how unnecessary people in general are. It's not pure nihilism, but it's more about an apathy towards the future.
Yeah, that's that's actually like a good point. Good point. Hey, is there anything you want to share with Finnish fans who are coming to see the tour before we end this?
Yeah, I mean, this will be the first time we sure we played in Helsinki before, but this will be untouched soil for us, and it's going to be fun to see if people know about us, or if people are just happy to see something else in the town, and we hope we will surprise some people, and we will have some surprises also for the
Good.
fans. There will be some songs that we usually don't play live.
Right.
Maybe even some first for us that we play live. So you will be we will beta test this in Finland.
Great. We love to be your beta test. Hey, thank you very much, Nine, and have a great week, and we'll see you in Finland soon.
I'll see you in Finland.